Alright, so let's get in here to the mech bay and let's put together some stuff so we can sell it. So number one, we got piranha parts. We're not going to keep the piranha, but we are going to put one together. Next up, we got... well, we got some gnome battle armor, but I'm going to sell that. Again, battle armor is extremely cheap. Let's see... We did not get the cephalus parts. That's unfortunate. We are very close on the kit fox. If we had one more part, we'd be able to build one. But let's go ahead and build this incubus.
That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
And we will build this other incubus.
That mech you wanted is back online.
And give Yang a minute, because he clearly needs to think about it. Don't worry, we still got these Timberwolf parts. I'm just waiting for the day we come across another one. Let's see, what else do we got? I think that's it. I think that's all we're able to put together. No cougars, no adders. Yeah, so it's just the Stormcrow. So this Stormcrow, So this variant, the TC, we know has the Gauss rifle. I don't remember what the I variant has in it. A pair of LRM-15 launchers, provide long-range firepower, carries an ER large and medium laser. Okay, well we're gonna build the TC because I want the damn Gauss rifle. That may be true, Walla, but you know that we like to get up close and personal, and having the ability to do one-hander damage twice in a single turn at point-blank range fits right into our tactical doctrine. Come on, Yang. Work with me here. Alright, so look at that! 4 mechs that we put together just now, and we're gonna tear down 3 of them. So here's the thing, chat. I don't think I would ever use a piranha under normal circumstances. But there's something about the way the head is that I always thought was just very funny. Like, I just find the look of the piranha amusing, and there's part of me that wants to keep it just because I love the way it looks. Like, it looks so stupid. Chad, do we mech Bay Heresy a piranha? It's got 13 support weapon slots. Chat, oh my god. Chat, imagine how many small lasers we could put on this. Could this be a successor? A weapon to surpass Disco Inferno? Yes, I know it's only 20 tons. I know. But it comes with armor and Indo. Like, it comes with Indo. The Firestarter doesn't have Indo steel. Okay, we wait. Let's break down the stuff that we know we're going to break down first. Now let's have a look at this Stormcrow. I mean, I wouldn't mind adding a clan medium to our roster. And this variant isn't all that bad. I mean, it's still a decent mech all its own, even without us having to do anything. Like, we could just leave this in its stock configuration, and it's a perfectly effective weapons platform. But it is still a clan mech. You know what? Maybe this is the platform we use to upgrade the Holy Fat Man. It's not a heavy mech, But because it's a medium, and because it's a clan medium, it's gonna be pretty fast. So maybe this is what we use? Put the Arrow 4 in this, and turn it into the new Holy Fat Man? Let's see. Can we even do it? Is it even possible? So if we... Yeah, I don't... Oh, no, wait, we can actually do that. Alright, so we can actually make that happen. And that gives us 6 tons to play with, which we would probably go with at least 4 tons of ammo for it. I mean, I guess I'll put 4 tons of ammo in it for now. This isn't the ammo that I would use, but I just want to put 4 tons as a placeholder. And that gives us 2 tons to play with, but we can drop the double heat sinks because we're not... We're just using an Arrow 4, so we don't need that. I got a precision computer, which we can drop. We don't necessarily need that either. So that gives us 6 tons to potentially arm this with something else. Because again, that was my whole thing with the Holy Fat Man, is I wanted to give it some other type of armament. Because once we have to stop firing the artillery, it basically becomes useless. So maybe... Let's see. What do we have in lasers? Well, first of all, how much heat do we sink on this? So by default, we're sinking 66 heat, and the Arrow 4 is going to be 35 of that. Yeah, we could put the ER mediums back on. I mean, Frank's Red Hot is never a bad decision. Do that, and then we can put a couple of heat sinks back in it to help manage the heat from the lasers. It still puts us 23 over, but again, we're not going to be firing both weapon systems at the same time. It's going to be an either-or situation. Nah, Lemur, at the end of the day, like, we're not putting the lasers on for an emergency situation. The lasers are there so that this platform can still be useful in the event that we can't use artillery. So in a situation where we either run out of ammunition, or where our people are too close and we can't fire the Arrow 4, we can then move in closer and fire with the medium lasers instead. Holy shit, almighty Tundra. First of all, welcome to the stream. And second of all, congratulations on just randomly walking in and getting global Kappa. Or a golden Kappa right off the bat. That is an impressive amount of luck. But welcome to the stream. Hopefully, yeah. Is that just a standard emote? What I feel like I'm confused. Anyway. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a good Saturday. If you don't know about BattleTech, or if you have not played this particular version of the game, I happen to think it's quite a bit of fun. If you like tactical and strategy games. Oh, I see. I got you. Well, I didn't know you could get that as a hype train or a sub-train thing. I thought that used to just be random. Now, everybody settle down. It doesn't matter how much the micro lasers weigh, because we're not going to use them anyway. Yeah, that's insane to just golden cap. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm kind of a grognard about... Like, I've spent so much time on Twitch. Like, I know I'm in the minority when it comes to, oh my god, Golden Kappa. Like, most people just see that and they're like, yeah, whatever. Breacher on an Air 4 is amusing. I mean... We could put it back in, but trying to find 2 tons... Let's see, with the ER mediums, that's 18 heat per. With the 3 doubles, we're sinking 84 heat, so we could technically remove 2 of those heat sinks and be okay. But if we were going to do that, I'd want to armor up rather than put a targeting computer in it. Let's see, let's drop a couple heat sinks. And let's see, if we go to max armor... Okay, that gives us enough to put 1 more back in, but that doesn't give us enough to put the targeting computer back in, unfortunately. We could drop some of the mediums for a large. So what's our maximum? We're sinking 78 heat. The ER mediums are 1 ton, the ER larges are 4. So in order to drop this and maintain the tonnage, we would have to sacrifice some damage. I mean, we're losing range, but I think it's fine. I think this is a worthy successor to the Holy Fat Man. It gives us more tonnage, gives us more speed, gives us more survivability, and allows us to be effective even when we can't fire the artillery. Well, there's nothing wrong with your suggestion, Lemur. The reason that I prefer the medium lasers is because, as you already know, we tend to prioritize damage over accuracy or range. Like, most of our fighting is done in CQB, and we're doing our damage from much closer ranges most of the time, even with artillery. So for me, a large laser is not a good sacrifice because we're losing 30 or 40% of the damage. Nah, you're fine, Tundra. You can talk about it if you like. I don't... I mean, as long as you're not in here trying to, like, advertise the other guy's chat and get other people to go over there, like... No, it's definitely a weird thing. It's a rare thing. It's something I had never seen before, and I've definitely never seen it given out as a hype train reward. So that's, enjoy the Golden Kappa. And you can now throw people off. The people that know, anyway. But anyway, as much fun as this is, we're gonna have to break down the Holy Fat Man anyway, because it has, like, all of the ammo in it that we need to put into this thing. Well, let's see. What kind of paint jobs do we got for this goofball? I'm interested to see. Oh, look. We got another symbols and stripes and all kinds of other goofy shit all over the place. Then we got the flames. We got camo. I'm not real partial to camo, honestly. Not on a mech, anyway. I think we go with this one. I don't know what the hell's going on with this one, but I think that's our paint job right there. In the meantime, we will take the Holy Fat Man, number 2, and we're gonna store it. And that will give us back all of our ammunition and stuff for it. And then basically we just... Whoops. Basically, we just need to ditch the Gauss. And slide in the Arrow 4 instead. And obviously we need to put in the ammo as well, while I'm thinking about that. Also, we gotta drop the precision computer, because we need that room for ammo. And we will go with the standard loadout with 2 Arrow 4 bins, an Arrow 4 Inferno bin, and of course the Davy Crockett, just in case of emergencies, because you never know. Someday we might need it. I like it. I like it. So this is gonna be the Holy Fat Man. And this is... We're gonna go Roman numerals this time. We're gonna make it fancy as fuck, chat. We're going Roman numerals. You know what? Hold on. Just because I'm a skinflint, I'm not, in fact, gonna move these heat sinks around. It saves us it saves us $6,000 by not moving that stuff around. Can we put any more armor? No, we cannot. Well, you know what we can do? Chat, I'm doing it. I'm holding shift. I'm holding shift. I gave us 1 more point of armor. There we go. That's the Holy Fat Man 3.
Right. I'll get it.
Now, we had a couple other things that I wrote down. Number 1, we gotta go look at the Saturday Night Fever. And we have got to swap out that medium laser, because I did not realize that I had done that. I apologize for my indiscretion. Rank amateur. Rank amateur. There we go. Now they're all clan mediums. I keep wondering if there's something else we can stick in here, but we have the micropulse. The micropulse is half a ton. Is there any other thing besides a micropulse that we could put in there, maybe? Because I think everything else is going to be heavier. We could put in the ER. But the reason I went with the micropulse is because it ignores so much evasion. Tundra, I have played Mech Commander 2. I've played Mech Warrior 2, Mech Warrior 3. I played Mech Assault back in the day, although I know that may get some people's feathers ruffled, because not everybody in the BattleTech community likes Mech Assault. I think that's it. I think that's it. I haven't played Mech Warrior 5 yet. And I have not played Mech Warrior Online. But I've been a huge fan of the BattleTech franchise for, shit, half my life at this point. Probably more than that, so... I mean, I've been in the BattleTech community for a long time. Let's see, if we swap out the micropulse for an ER small, that's going to give us a 200 meter range versus the micropulse, which only has 60 meters. So you might actually get more chances to use the ER small. It doesn't ignore quite as much evasion. But that's what, an extra 18 damage that we could potentially put on target? Yeah, I mean, I like the micropulse. The only reason I don't want to keep it is because the Saturday Night Fever is kind of slow. And, yeah, like, we've upgraded it for sure, but it's still pretty slow. And, like, 60 meters is a very, very short range. But mostly I just wanted to fix the medium that I had in there that was wrong. So that's done. And then the last thing was we need to look at the Cougar because the arms don't have the same level of accuracy and I gotta try to figure out why. Yeah, it was a lower arm actuator that we missed. That's all it was. Well, that's good. And that's also very easy to fix. So there we go. Now.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Now. The last thing in the mech bay. This little goofball piece of shit right here. This piranha. And I think it's fitting because I don't like... The paint job almost makes it look like it has fish scales on it. But let's see what other paint jobs we can put on it. Okay, we can do like some stripes here. We can do, more goofy asymmetrical patterns. I like it. We got some camouflage. Again, not a big fan of camo. And then we got more just seemingly random designs. This is... Oh, this is the flame paint job. Okay, okay, I got you. I mean, I kind of like this one. Like, the garish stripes and circles and all kinds of goofy shit all over the place. But yeah, there's also that part of me that like, okay, alright, hold on. Let's do this. Because we have the bug where you can't, like, you can't go back to the same paint job that you were already on. But, like, there's something about this looking like a fish. Like, I understand it's supposed to be like a skeleton and you got the bones and stuff, but, like, when you see all this little checking pattern on the sides, it just makes it look like fish scales, and somehow I find that fitting. Let's see what we can do with this thing, chat, because I really, like... If there is a world in which I can make this thing work, I feel like I have to try. I feel like we have to try. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. What do we even have? I don't think we have enough of anything. Like, we could do it with the Clan ER small lasers. But I think this... I mean, the only other thing that we've got is some machine gun arrays, but, like, yeah, it's... Hey. So what's the movement on this thing, anyway? Holy shit. With a 180 engine, this thing is in 1115. And 1115 with a 180. Holy shit. So it's not going to let us put anything smaller in it. Will it? Oh, it's not that we can't put anything smaller in it, it's that I literally don't have anything smaller than a 180. Because I always tell myself, if we have anything with an engine that small, we're going to upgrade it anyway, it doesn't matter. So I never keep anything smaller than a 200. My bad. Okay, wait, if we do this... ER small... Because the ER small is about the only thing that we can put in here and be able to keep the design consistent. But even then, I don't think we can. I don't think we're going to have enough, because we would need 12 of them. And I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So we do this. We do ER small here. We don't have enough. So, if you don't know what a coil is, I forget what the abbreviation stands for, but basically, it's a single weapon system that does damage based on how far you... Or, okay, so technically, it does damage based on how many evasion pips you have generated in a turn. And so, obviously, a mech like this that moves stupid far would be able to do a massive amount of damage. It can also do a lot of heat as well, and so you have the potential of cooking yourself when you try to use it, but it's a very funny weapon system. And there's actually, I think it's the R29 version of the Urban Mech that has like a 300 engine in it. And so that's a good example of that particular weapon system at work. It can absolutely be lethal. Not just for the people you attack with it, but also for the person that's driving the mech. Let's see. If we go with ER micros... And then we have to put the heat sinks back in because it says we're 3 short, which is probably not a bad thing because we're going to need some heat sinks on this thing anyway. So we are... Oof. Oh, man. Good lord. That's a 42 heat delta, chat. Christ. Alright, how much does the micro... The micro laser generates 5 heat. The ER small generates 11. So maybe we trade out ERs here. And, well, no, we can't do that either. We don't have enough. Shit. Alright, let's look at this. Maybe we just go with regulars? Because the ER clan small doesn't have as much range. The inner sphere ER small has a little more range. We're kind of Frankensteining this. Do clan flamers do heat? They do heat damage. They produce 4 heat, which is very, very manageable. Chat, this is insane. I mean, this thing is made of paper mache. Like, 1 hit to any location with anything bigger than, like, a medium laser is gonna strip the armor. So... I mean, we could do this. We could ECM, but I think we need more heat sinks, because again, we're looking at a 42 heat delta on a full alpha. I don't think we can do it, chat. I don't think we can do it. I'm trying to think of a way to make this work. I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna make you guys sit there while I think about it. What I'm gonna do instead... I'm gonna store this thing. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna store it. And the reason I'm gonna store it is because I think with the right equipment down the line, we might be able to do some real heresy with a piranha. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I'm not trying to do heresy with the piranha because I think it's gonna be powerful. I'm gonna do it because I think the piranha looks funny and I want to field one. That's why I'm doing it. So I will make that a pet project of mine off stream so that you guys don't have to see me sitting there fiddling with the guts of a 20-ton mech trying to make it work. But I'll get into the skirmish mech bay at some point and play around with it and see what I can do. See if I can make something that works. So to be continued on that. But anyway, we got mechs that need work. Let's go ahead and fast forward through that. I think I'm going to fast forward through the Argo upgrade as well, just to get that out of the way. And so we can start on our next upgrade. And then I think we put in one more mission before I call it a stream. So let's see. Again, we're sitting at about 8.5 million C-bills, so we've got plenty of money to spend. I think we go for the mech drop 4, and again, that will allow us to field 8 mechs per mission instead of 7. And it's only going to take us 12 days. So that'll be a relatively quick upgrade. And that will give us the ability to not only field more mechs, but also be able to just, in general, get more people trained up at the same time. So, let's hit the command center. We've only got a couple missions left. We got the biological sample, which is a recovery, 2 skull, and then we got the target acquisition. So having never done a target acquisition before, and having no idea how long it's going to take, I think we save the target acquisition for next stream, and we'll go ahead and do this recovery mission to finish out. So as always, we'll take max salvage. And I think, again, I'll just keep the lance composition that we had last mission. It was a little bit rough, but we managed to make it through. So yeah, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's make it hot. It's fine. It's fine. I've said before, we work for Capellans, we work for Draconis, we work for even Davian before, and I didn't like that. We've worked for Blakists, we've even worked for Clanners, it's fine. We're mercenaries. We go where the money is. We may not like the people we work for, but I mean, historically speaking, I have not liked most of my bosses over the course of my career, so I don't think that's anything unusual. AFP, welcome to the stream! Unfortunately, you are coming in on the tail end, but we are going to do one more mission before we close out today, so feel free to stick around for a little bit. And congratulations on finally scoring some chicken soup, some chicken noodle soup typhoon. Hopefully it'll help you get better. I mean, we do have the capacity to pick and choose, but I personally do not. And I don't because, again, we go where the money is. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who we're working for. What matters is who we're working against. Because ultimately, we aren't invested in the politics or like the causes or any of that stuff. Like we're not fighting for Capellans because we believe what Capellans do. We're fighting for Capellans because they're paying us money to blow shit up and they're letting us take all the salvage off the battlefield when we do. So for me, we get stronger. And by getting stronger, that means that someday down the road, if we decide that we don't like Capellans enough, then maybe we start taking their systems away from them. And we'll have used the money that they paid us to do that. So it's guerrilla warfare of a sort. And as I've said before, for those of you that have ideological objections to working for Capellans, or the Draconians, or whatever, just remember, you're not working for them, you're working for me. Well, you are correct in that we will get stronger by sticking with a single faction, but when we're in clan space, we're actually doing that, but we're doing it on a slower curve because we're working for everybody and we're working against the same enemy. So we're only making one faction angry with us, but we're making multiple factions happy with us at the same time. So we're building reputation with a bunch of different factions while only making one angry at us. And to me, that's the ideal situation. So yeah, Jade Falcon doesn't like us, but I don't care. I don't like Jade Falcon. And yeah, Clan Wolf doesn't like us, but I don't care, because I don't like Clan Wolf. And so if we can piss off 2 people, but make everyone else love us in the process, that's a win-win situation. Yeah, I wish we could take planets for ourselves, but at least so far as I know, it's not implemented in BTA currently. It would be great if it were. Wait, so there is a quest line? Hold up. Yeah, no, that's not some shit you just drop in chat and then say nothing. Like, we need more details. So yeah, elaborate as quickly as possible, please.
Standing by.
And in the meantime, we will use this lovely tactical position that the game has decided to give us to our advantage.
Position confirmed.
And already we got folks with spawn protection. That's to be expected. We don't have great chances to hit, but I say we take the shot anyway.
On it.
Oh, man.
Scored a critical hit.
Took a leg off on the very first volley. I'd say we're off to a good start. Oh, and he just exploded. Okay, well, there you go.
Come, Nerevar,
Again.
friend or traitor, come.
Off to an outstanding start. What is this? A 50-ton vehicle? I think Erst can handle a 50-ton vehicle. And then let's see, who's up next? Oh, some of the pooches get to go? No, they're gonna choose to do nothing.
God, I was
All right.
sleeping. What do you want? Oh, I don't like going fast. It's scary.
Oh, get the fuck out of here with that. Get the f- I am not gonna resort to piracy, Karos. God damn it, of course the Capellan decides to suggest working for pirates. Of course.
Affirmative, Commander.
The time has come.
And so have I. And let's see, we have a raid incoming from Omega Forged. Thank you, Omega Forged, for the big time raid. Thanks for bringing your people over. Glad to see you. Hopefully you guys are having a great Saturday. Let's see, what were you guys playing? You were playing some Gundam G Generation Cross Rays. Wow, that was a hell of a name. I cannot say that I'm familiar with that game, but hopefully you guys were having a good time playing it.
What do you need?
If you're familiar, you can clearly see that we are playing some BattleTech, and specifically the BTA mod, which, if you guys have played any of that at all, I will assume that you know what's going on.
On the move.
So far, we've been doing good. We're actually getting close to the end of the stream, but I wanted to give the guys one more mission before we called it a night. And so far, we've been in clan space for quite a while, just building up our coffers and training up some rookie pilots and just generally trying to get ourselves stronger before we start jumping into the late game activities. Oh, okay. Interesting. See, I'm not really into the Gundam franchise. Now, I am an anime nerd, so don't get me wrong. Like, I got nothing against Gundam. It's just not been my jam. But if you're telling me that there's a tactical and strategy game out there that has Gundams in it, I mean, I wouldn't say no to that. So it might be something to check out later. I'm always up for good tactical games.
Confirmed. Tango down.
But yeah, once again, thank you guys for coming over. Hopefully you guys do like BattleTech. And again, hopefully you had a good time over there on your stream, playing some Gundam. But yeah, if you guys don't know me, my name is Maria Miran, and I mostly play BattleTech. I like tactical games, I like space games, I like games with giant robots, so if that's the kind of thing that you're into, then you may have found a second home here. And I think you will find that most of the folks in the chat are similar or share similar tastes. Again, I would argue that most of the people that are here for BattleTech. So if that's your jam, then you will be right at home here. We try to keep it pretty chill. We try to keep it pretty relaxed. I like to joke around with people. I'm a little bit non-conventional when it comes to my sense of humor, but I promise I won't offend you if I can. Oh, shit. Alright, Lamer, I see you. I'm hydrating. Oh yeah, Supreme Commander is good too. I haven't played Supreme Commander in I don't know how long. That's the other thing. So I wanted to ask you guys, because I mentioned it, oh geez, it's been like a month at this point, but I mentioned Warzone 2100 a little while back, and I've kind of been getting the craving to play it. So I wanted to see what you guys think about maybe doing, I don't know, 1 or 2 streams of Warzone just to play through the campaign. I don't know if you guys would even be interested in that, considering it's like a 20-year-old game at this point. Oh, Super Robot Wars. That's another franchise I haven't played in forever. Why are you guys, like, giving me all this nostalgia, all this? Like, you wait until now. And you're like, hey, remember this old game? Remember this old franchise? Why you guys gotta do this to me? Why you gotta do this to me? Correct. Erst has the right of it, if you didn't know. hate the new thing, love the old thing, hate the new thing. That's how it works.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Yeah, Snoop Frog, I was the same. I did not actually have a really good PC back in those days, and my exposure to Warzone was the PS1 version. Which, as I understand, it was actually the inferior version, but I still had a lot of fun with it.
Affirmative.
But I had mentioned it kind of offhand on a stream, that it was free, and it's like abandonware, so you can actually get it on Steam for free. But after having mentioned it, now I'm like, I actually really like that game, and I wouldn't mind doing a playthrough. Oh, you know what? That's another thing. I could... Chat, stop giving me ideas. Stop giving me ideas, chat. Because now I'm like, you know what? We could play Front Mission 3 on stream. Because I'm sure there's a lot of you folks that have probably heard of it but never played it. Man, I would definitely get down on some Front Mission 3. Why you gotta do this to me, chat?
Engaging with party.
Why you do this? I have, Karos. I played through, So I never played the campaign for the original Homeworld. I only ever played it, skirmish with my friends, but I did play through the campaign and a lot of skirmish for Homeworld 2, and I am actually very excited for Homeworld 3, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to run it when it comes out, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yes, Front Mission 3, The Search for Eject Punch. Yeah, that's...
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor.
All you gotta do is crack Eject Punch, and that's it. Mission over.
What a grand and intoxicating innocence.
Oh no, it's not just you, Snoop Frog. As someone who has played both versions, the PC version is harder, just because, like, the actual gameplay and the AI were toned down for the console version of Warzone, specifically because everybody was using a controller. And not only that, you had the other issue of that was in the days before analog controllers were standard. So not only did they have to assume that you were playing on a console, they also had to assume that you didn't necessarily have an analog stick and you might be playing with a D-pad. So yeah, they actually slowed the game down a little bit and they made the AI less aggressive in the PS1 version. So it is not your imagination. It was in fact harder on PC.
Ah, God, I was sleeping. What do you want? Oh, I don't like...
Alright, we're sending Old Man Tex Karos down here to give us some visual recon, just to see what we're up against, because it looks like a lot of vehicles and not a lot of mechs, which is kind of disappointing for a two-skull mission. I was expecting to see more mechs. Oh, Karos is always excited. That's why we keep him around. I mean, if the rest of you jokers were half as enthusiastic as he was, we'd be doing 5 skull missions by now.
Oh, God,
Yeah, that's right. I am blaming my employees for my own tactical and strategic failures because that's who I am.
Receiving you.
That's not true. That's not who I am. I'm sorry, Chad. I didn't mean it.
Roger.
Alright, let's see. We're using this height advantage, but for some reason we're still not actually hitting most of our shots, and it's kind of frustrating. I know they've remade the first one and put it on Steam. The first Front Mission, that is. I would love to see the rest of them remade. That would be great. But yeah, for me, Front Mission 3 is definitely like the high watermark in the series, I think. Again, feel free to disagree with me on that, but like I have always found that Front Mission 3 was the best game. And, like, Front Mission 2 was good. Front Mission 4 was okay. 5 was kind of meh. Front Mission Evolved was just... I don't know what the hell they were thinking on that one, to be honest with you. Like, they tried to Americanize the franchise, and it absolutely did not work. Yeah, Front Mission 4 definitely felt like it wasn't... Like, it's not that it felt incomplete, it just felt like they either ran out of money, or ran out of dev time, or ran out of ideas. Like, it didn't feel like they ever got to the end. Correct, we don't talk about Evolved, unless we're talking about how bad it is. I mean, I have very little experience with the Super Robot Wars franchise. I have not played one of the games in the franchise in longer than I can remember. Like, I know I have played at least one game in the franchise, but I barely remember it, to be perfectly honest with you. What? I click confirm. Oh, right, because... Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot, chat. Turns out I'm an idiot. Well, you gotta remember, Karos, that was in that brief period where Japanese developers got the wrong idea and thought that the only way to be successful in the US was to, like, make a game for the US audience. And it was a bad idea because, they're executives. Business people don't understand what people want. They understand what makes money, but they don't necessarily understand what people want. And what we, as fans, wanted was not an Americanized Front Mission game. What we wanted was more Front Mission. Like, there was nothing wrong with the franchise, there was nothing wrong with what they were doing with it. We just wanted another game. And they were like, well, if Americans want Front Mission, let's give them an Americanized Front Mission. It's like, no, you missed the point. Like, I understand that Call of Duty is popular, but that doesn't mean you need to emulate it in a mech game. But to be fair, I feel like Squeenix doesn't really know what the hell to do with the Front Mission franchise, considering what the hell they did with Left Alive. Like, I don't know what they were going for with that.
Good to go.
Again, I feel like they were chasing coattails. I feel like they saw the success of Metal Gear Solid 5 in spite of the fact that it was only half a game, and they were like, well, we can do that, but with Front Mission. And I think we all know how that turned out.
Roger.
Alright, there we go. Got rid of the artillery. Finally. It only took 4 mechs shooting at it. Yeah. Yeah, and again, Cars, like I said, it's just anytime a Japanese developer, like, gives up what made their franchise great, like, tries to either de-Japanese the game or tries to Americanize the game, anytime they do that, it usually ends badly. And, you know, it's the old adage, right? What you know. And if you don't know American culture, don't pretend like you do. Because we're gonna know immediately that you have no idea what you're talking about. It's like, it's fine. Japanese games are a little weird, they're a little esoteric. We know this. And that's okay.
Crap. No joy.
I mean, you see that a lot with anime as well. Or you did. You see less of it now, but... Again, back around that same time period, you would see a lot of that with, like, anime dubs, where they were basically rewriting whole sections. I mean, the obvious metaphor... Right, be the American, the Japanese think you are. Exactly. But, like, the obvious metaphor is, like, the whole Pokemon and donuts thing. Where it's like... The people that were translating Pokemon were so convinced that Americans would be dumb and not be able to understand the concept of a rice ball. And so they were like, okay, well, we'll just call it a donut. That's a thing that Americans know about. It's like, no, you're You're pandering to a group that you think you know, but you don't. But then again, I could wax poetic for days about translation and localization of anime and video games and stuff. Much like politics, a lot has been said about them, and not a lot of it was of consequence. So, anyway, let's talk about blowing up robots. Which is a thing that we're not actually doing right now because these enemies are mostly vehicles. Like, how can we talk about blowing up robots when there are no robots? Yeah, So one of the things that I did, and again, this is me sharing some of my personal anecdotes. A little bit of my personal history, which I shouldn't do on the internet, but I'm going to do it anyway. One of the things that I used to do, and I say used to as in, you know, like 10 years ago, was I worked with several different fan subbing groups that would translate anime. And this was back in the days before Crunchyroll. This was back in the day before simulcasts. Holy shit, are you fucking kidding me? Chet, did you just see that? I didn't even realize this fire moth had elementals on it. But this fire moth just rocked up behind the trebuchet, dropped elementals on the back, and they just one-timed it. Jesus Christ. I think Typhoon survived.
Ah, God, I was sleeping.
But that definitely came out of left field. Definitely came out of left field. Alright, well clearly I need to focus up here because I don't want people getting killed. Don't worry, Typhoon, I think you survived. I'm pretty sure you survived anyway. The mech may not have, but I mean, if we lost a trebuchet, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over a tread. It's gonna suck, yeah, but
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come.
it's not gonna be the end of the world for us. Alright, well first things first, I'm the realist. We're gonna kick the crap out of this chaparral before it has a chance to shoot any arrow 4s at us.
A noble blow indeed. There is no escape, no intervention can work in this place.
There's the kill on the chaparral. And we got 4 salvageable parts. Chet, did we salvage a chaparral? Like, we haven't been finding any to buy. But we might have just got one for free. Assuming that we don't find anything better to salvage. Because I've wanted to use a chaparral instead of the ballista for a long time. And that might actually be our opportunity to do that. Alright, so things that need to happen. First of all, this fire moth needs to pay for his impertinence. BattleTech. There we go. Did you just miss all 4 shots? Are you fucking serious right now? Are you fucking serious right now? This man's just fired 4 This is like one of those police shootouts you hear about on TV, where somehow the suspect and the police officer shoot like 100 rounds between them, and they don't hit anything. Or, like the infamous scene from Naked Gun, where they're basically 3 feet away from each other and just shooting and missing. If you know, you know. That's frustrating. That's frustrating. Alright, well this dude also has battle armor on him, so I'm gonna give him the full alpha from the plasma rifleman.
Firing.
Because I'm not about to let that shit happen a second time. Yeah, that's right. Take a dirt nap, nerd. Now we just need somebody to put a shot into his center torso and finish him off.
Orders.
In the meantime, General Quarters, my friend. Since the guy behind you just got smoked, would you perhaps consider giving these assholes what they deserve? Thankfully, we can charge battle armor without hurting ourselves. And assuming that we actually hit with the charge, it does a shitload of damage, but when you miss, it's kind of irrelevant. Don't ask me how we missed on a 94% chance. You guys are XCOMing me out here, guys.
Locking on target.
Not only did we miss, we didn't even get the kill on the mech. God damn it. Y'all are killing me. You are killing me out here. This is not how this mission was supposed to go. I fucking kidding me?
This isn't looking too good.
I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know what's going on. Like, we're falling apart. We're falling apart. I don't know what's happening.
Moving out.
Okay, no more Epona. No more Epona. When in doubt, charge the hovercraft. Now, if there's one thing that we do know, it's that our tanks can actually kind of lay waste to battle armor. We have seen this firsthand. I'm trying to find the ideal range where we've got good chances to hit with everything.
10-4.
Then we will precise strike, and we will light up this battle armor.
Firing a full salvo.
The machine guns are especially effective.
Solid connection, that one.
No, we don't use skills, we shoot. That's how we win.
Commander.
No skills, no tactics, shooting. Shoot all the things, push all the buttons. Let's see. Why is your chance to hit so damn low, Game Master? Like, these guys don't even... Oh no, they do have 6 evasion. How the fuck does battle armor have 6 evasion? What the hell's going on here?
Acknowledged.
That's okay, we got a turret and we got precision strike. That's alright. We're good. We're good. We are good.
Firing all weapons.
Okay. No more elementals.
Enemy down.
No. No, Ernst. You gotta understand, I'm a little bit of a tizzy here. I'm a little bit off my game right now. I was not expecting to just
Commander.
randomly lose a mech in the middle of a conversation where I lost my train of thought. And I'm like, okay, now I need to focus because people are getting blown up. So, like... No. Now.
Copy that.
We are in recovery mode right now. I will use active skills when my brain is functioning, and right now it is not. Look here, you little sumbitch. You're next. You are next on the list, you
There's
little
no
bastard.
escape, no intervention can work in this place. Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come.
Alright, Ernst, we got another vehicle up here. I think it's time to figure out what we're dealing with, and potentially destroy it. Oh, a bandit hovercraft. How nice. Well, that's okay. Because we got the cure for that.
All will be decided here and I shall prevail.
Next turn, we should be able to kill it. Unfortunately, we didn't have visual, so we couldn't melee. But next turn, we give him the charge. Look, y'all are kind of pissing me off right now with that. Y'all better cut out this bullshit with the shooting my people in the back, alright? Now, Ost, my friend, my brother in Christ, do you think, perhaps, you could please kill this fucking fire moth if it's not too much trouble? Or at least hit the damn thing. I'll settle for hitting it. There we go. Thank you. I will take both. Thank you, Ost. You have redeemed yourself after last turn.
Oh, God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
In the meantime, let's get Kairos over here so we can get a visual on whatever the hell mech this is.
Oh, I don't like going fast.
An adder. Okay, we haven't seen one of these in a while. But I think we know what Erst's next target is going to be. After the vehicle, of course.
Yep.
At Gravelion, you've been doing just fine right where you are, so I ain't gonna mess with a good thing. Let's just go Battlelord, and let's melt this fucking Elemental squad. I'm sorry, the Salamander squad.
I got you.
Because thankfully, Plasma does extra damage to battle armor.
Reporting.
So it was super effective.
Aye, aye.
Whoa, alright. Battletech didn't like that, for whatever reason. Alright. So let's get General Quarters out of here before he dies a second time, and get his rear armor away from the enemy.
Awaiting orders.
Mara... Maybe, I mean, you got really good chances to hit this adder, so maybe we try for another 1 in a million headshot. Alright, direct hit, head hit, just didn't do enough to kill him. Depends on what you mean, Tundra. If you're talking about, like, different types of armor, as in, like they do have ferro armor, they have, like, hardened armor, so yeah, there are different types of armor. Like, some of them weigh a little more, but protect better, that kind of stuff.
Aye, aye.
Dark Sarah, you know what? Let's just... We're gonna charge, is what we're gonna do. Again. I will make better tactical decisions when my brain is working, and it's not right now.
On the move.
Stomp the battle armor into dust. Make it not exist.
Losing friendlies.
Are you fucking kidding me? Ah. Chat, what is this mission right now? What is this mission right now? So for those of you that were not paying attention, just now, I had our pilot charge this battle armor and took them out. And then for whatever reason, the pilot decided to punch out. I know what this is, chat. This is us having to pay for all the good luck that we've had last stream and this stream. That is what this is.
Receiving you.
This is RNGesus coming back to take what he's owed. That's what this is.
Fun.
He's had enough of our shenanigans. He's had enough of our hubris.
Locking on.
This is RNGesus. Take a thing away. That is what this is.
Receiving you. Heading out.
And yes, I just used taketh as a verb. I regret nothing. Yes, I do. Yes, now. That is one thing, that is one setting that I have changed in this campaign that makes the game a little easier. is as long as the engine is not complete, like as long as the mech is not completely destroyed, we should get our own mechs back after the battle. And the reason I do that is, while I understand, like, BattleTech on tabletop, you have to roll to get your own salvage back, that makes absolutely zero sense to me in the context of a mercenary company, because a mercenary company would never agree to terms that say, if your people go down on the field, you only get a chance to get it back. Like, no, motherfucker, that's my mech. If I win the fight for you, I'm taking my shit back. So yeah, that whole thing, like, I understand it's for game balance reasons, but yeah, I turn that setting off because it makes zero sense. If I'm gonna risk my equipment on the field to fight for you, I'm not gonna roll the dice to see if I get that shit back if I get a bad roll.
Friend or traitor, come.
Like, that is absolutely nonsense.
What a grand and intoxicating innocence.
So unfortunately, this hovercraft can actually move faster than Erst can, and he is not gonna be able to melee.
All will be decided here, and I shall prevail.
But he still got the kill anyway. So there we go. I think that means the only thing we have left to do now is get to the target zone. And then that's pretty much it.
Standing by.
So we'll go ahead and hit the secondary target zone so that we can get this. God damn it, BattleTech. Yeah, the memory leak is definitely in full effect right now.
Moving fast.
But yeah, we'll get the secondary objective first, and then we'll get the primary.
Ah, God, I was sleeping. What
And
do you
thankfully,
want?
Karos can do both of those things for us because he's stupid fast in a VTOL. So we'll just go ahead and reserve to 1, close out the turn, and then we'll move Karos again.
Secondary asset has been secured.
Alright, there we go. And then we go to Karos
Ah, God, I
again.
was sleeping. What do you want?
And for whatever reason, he's just far enough away that we can't get to the target zone in 1 turn. That is unfortunate.
I'll do what I can.
There we go. Karos,
Yes,
now?
Commander.
There we go. Why are you doing this? Why? BattleTech, why?
Standing by.
Ah, God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
I think BattleTech's gonna crash and burn on us, guys.
Reporting.
It's not doing well. It is not doing well right now.
Moving out.
Ah, God, I was sleeping.
Yeah, I
What
literally
do you
can't move
want?
Karos for some reason.
I did what you wanted. Can I please go home?
For whatever reason, like I may have broken the game. Let's start moving Erst, just in case Karos is now officially stuck and can't move.
Acknowledged. Heading out. Confirmed. Holding and cooling.
Yeah, we really should have restarted, but because I was only gonna do 1 more mission this stream, I figured I'd just power through.
I copy.
But yeah, the game is definitely struggling, so it's probably a good time to be done. Alright, can I move Karos
Ah, God,
now?
I was sleeping.
No.
What do you want?
Okay, so Karos is broken.
Awaiting orders.
Very nice.
Roger. Venting heat and stabilizing.
It's a good thing that Erst is fast. Like,
Ah, God,
can I-
was sleeping.
if
What
we
do
move,
you
yeah,
want?
it's just like walk, it's not letting me move. Sprint, it's not letting me move. It's Karos is busted.
I did what you wanted. Can I
Old
please
man is
go
having a brain
home?
fart.
Confirmed. Holding.
Come, Nerevar, friend or
Alright,
traitor,
Erst,
come.
get in the end zone for us, Blibby.
Confirmed.
There we go. Now we just brace up,
Copy.
and that'll be hopefully the end of the mission, unless they're gonna drop reinforcements. Okay, they're not. Outstanding. Yeah, that was a little rough. That was a little rough there at the end. Again, my fault. Entirely my fault. hubris, overconfidence. Ian Dungeon has explained this before. I'm not going to say it again because you already know. Man, that's frustrating. Like, I would have been okay to take damage like that on the mission before this one. Like, where we were actually up against a bunch of mechs and some heavy fire. Like, if we had taken that kind of damage in that mission, I'd have been like, yeah, alright, that's to be expected. But no, that one went nice and smooth. And then this mission's like, and then you lost a Treb, and then your people got injured, and then one of your pilots just randomly pulled the lever on the yeet seat with their foot by accident. It's just like, what the hell are you trying to do to me right now, BattleTech? I genuinely feel like sometimes the game is just like, no, actually, fuck you. Alright, how bad is it? Oh, no. Chat, Darksera is missing in action. Well, I guess that's what we gotta start off with next stream. Interestingly enough, though, who was it that was in the Treb? It was Typhoon. Okay, so it was Typhoon that got jumped, but somehow they didn't get injured. Meanwhile, Darksera punched out for absolutely no reason, and now they're missing in action. Well, alright, Snoop Frog, it was good to see you. Glad you could drop by. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and hopefully we'll catch you again next time. In the meantime, have a great rest of your Saturday, and enjoy your weekend as well. Yeah, nah, I think what happened is the battle armor got in on the Treb and basically just, you know, found a chink in the armor, and that ended up blowing the whole thing up. So, a very weird mission. RNGesus was not on our side that time. Like, the weird goofball critical on the Treb, and then the weird goofball roll on the fucking ejection. Ugh. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Anyway, we got a lot of decent salvage here. Nothing that I'm super excited about. Thumper artillery might be good just for the price. The mech parts, again, I'm not super excited about because we've already got mech parts here. I mean, we can check and see what we've got. Let's see, we've got 2 adder parts, but they only had 1 adder on the field, so we're not going to gain anything from that. Let's see, we do have 2 fire moth parts, so I think it's worth taking these 2 just to finish that one out. Yeah, like I said, I think we'll have to start out next stream by going to get our pilot. We can't leave Darksera out there. I do want to grab the 2 Chaparral parts because we already have 2 parts in storage. Or at least I thought we did. Didn't we? Did I sell the damn Chaparral parts? No, I didn't. Okay, here they are. So I could take 2 Chaparral parts and that would give us 1 for free. And again, like I said, I've been wanting to replace the Ballista with a Chaparral anyway. So maybe we go that direction. Again, we're not going to get much in the way of mech salvage, I don't think, because there's so much other stuff on the field, but we'll see. We will see. Actually, no, they gave us a lot of mech salvage anyway. Outstanding. Let's see. Again, I don't need regular mediums. I don't need regular pulse lasers. I don't really need another clan medium pulse. I don't need regulars. We'll keep the tag. Keep the engine cores. Don't really need more clan heat sinks. Alright. There you go. You love to see it. We made some money at least, even if we lost a treb in the process. So we'll have to see how bad the damage is. And see if it's even going to be worth it to try and put the thing back together again. I mean, not to say that it's a bad mech, but considering how much we dumped into it, I don't know if it's going to be worth it to try to repair it. When we already have one missile boat and potentially other missile boats that we could put together that would be better than the Treb. So, we'll see. We'll see. Again, we'll have to see how bad the damage is. Assuming that BattleTech will make it to the mech lab without crashing and burning. Yeah, Typhoon, it wouldn't be bad to get you an upgrade. It would not be the worst thing in the world. Let's see. So let's double check the command center. Yep, we do have the search and rescue pilot recovery, which is good. I'm kind of interested, and we asked this question way back in the first stream, because that's the last time this happened. Like, the very first stream in this campaign. Like, they're offering money for search and rescue. Who actually pays us for the search and rescue mission? Like, is it Darius paying us? Anyway, we'll have to find out. Let's see. So the Hunchback needs to be repaired. Unfortunately, our jackass pilot... I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. Dark Sarah, you're not a jackass. I'm sorry. For whatever reason, you decided to just punch out, unannounced, for no conceivable reason that I can come up with. But we can at least repair it. So we can get the mech put back together.
Logged and noted. Shouldn't be too hard.
The babyback heretic thankfully didn't lose anything. We just need to repair some structure damage, so that's not a big deal. Now for the Treb. Let's see how bad the Treb is gonna be. So we lost an Artemis, we lost an LRM-20, we lost the XL, and we lost the engine. All in, that's not actually that bad. It's not as bad as I thought. However, I don't know if we're gonna have the equipment to replace what we lost. Okay, so we do have a Clan LRM-20. Do we have another Artemis system? We do. We have just enough equipment to replace that. We do have the XL engine. Do we have a 260? We do not have a 260. We have a 270, but that's probably going to weigh too much. Yeah, so we would have to drop a little armor. It's actually not as bad as I thought. I mean, losing a Clan LRM-20 and an XL engine kind of sucks. But because this is a regular XL engine and not a Clan XL engine, it's not actually that expensive. It could certainly be worse. We've had worse problems before. Go ahead and repair all this. So we're downgrading the engine. Or I'm sorry, we're upgrading the engine. In the meantime, we need to lose some weight somewhere. Honestly, I think we lose the light tag. Because it's a missile boat, so we're not really using the light tag on it anyway. And that gets us back underweight. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it'll do the job. For now.
On it.
Yeah, that was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was expecting a lot more work to have to go into this thing to get it put back together. So, pleasantly surprised in that regard. I think we stopped by the barracks as well one last time just to make sure that everybody who is present and accounted for can get their upgrades. So we'll Precision Master as you do. because Headshot's too OP.
Receiving you.
Bamboozle, not quite ready for that last point of guts, but we're getting there.
Commander.
I think we're going to have that problem with a lot of people where they're not quite there yet. Oh, look at that. General Quarters ready for their next upgrade.
Warrior training complete.
Confirmed.
Then we got Graveline.
God, I was
Karos.
sleeping.
Hey,
What
look
do
at
you
that.
want?
Go with the next... You know what? Do we go with piloting instead? No, because that's just melee damage. That's kind of doo-doo.
Training complete.
So we'll go with Guts. Improve survivability just on the off chance that he gets shut down. Look at that. Mara is now finally for their last point of gunnery. So now we're getting maximum accuracy out of them. Dead Beef Feed Cafe. Coming into the chat for the first time and thanking the ever generous Bolo for the gift sub, since they were having their gift sub war up at this piece recently. Sadly, you missed Bolo, Dead Beef. They're already gone for the day, but all the same, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you, even if we are coming to a close. I do hope that all the same that you are having a great Saturday.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Alright, let's see. Just a few more folks. So we got Ost, not quite to that last set, that last point of gunnery. We'll get there eventually.
Ready for orders.
Done.
And then we got all the people that haven't really been in any fights yet. Well, if you like BTA, then you will like this stream, I imagine. We have been playing primarily BTA here on stream for... geez, the last 2 months at least. And this campaign will probably be continuing for a little while. I was toying with the idea of maybe playing something a little different in the near future, but I haven't decided on what. We were kind of spitballing ideas about an hour ago. But I didn't actually decide on anything just yet.
Mech warrior training complete.
But yeah, if you like BattleTech, feel free to stick around. We'll definitely be playing some more of it in the
Come, Nerevar,
future.
Friend or traitor, come.
And we may play some other things as well. Again, my name is Maria Miran, and I like to play space games, tactical games, strategy games, future tech games, and anything that's got big-ass robots in it. So we'll give Erst his point. Well, I don't know. Wait, what? You know what? Let's just go piloting. We'll go piloting. Give Erst his piloting. It's going to help his base hit multiplier. That's going to be good. And then I think that's it. Yep, that's it for our pilots. All right. All right. Oh, don't get me wrong, Mara. I like BattleTech, and I have no problem playing it. Like I'm always saying, like, if that's what the people want, then I am more than happy to give you guys BattleTech all day, every day. Does not bother me a bit. But at the same time, I know that not everybody in chat wants to watch BattleTech all the time, so... well, High Fleet I'm not very good at, so you would watch me fail a lot. But High Fleet's not off the table. Oh no, don't worry about that, AFP. And I did address this a little earlier in the stream, but for anybody that's still here and anybody that missed it, just before we close out, I'm gonna go ahead and save the game real quick, and then we'll start wrapping up the stream. But give me just a second, because I gotta make sure, like, here's my suggestion. If you ever play BattleTech, do not quit the game until this save button turns white again, because you can, and I have, interrupted the game in the middle of a save and corrupted the save. So always wait for the button to turn white again. But yeah, so for those of you who came to the stream late or missed me talking about it a little bit earlier, if you don't keep up with BTA, apparently the update that's going to be coming later this month is going to be a save-breaking update. And this was confirmed by Bloody Doves, the lead developer on the mod. He did already confirm via the Discord that saves are going to be broken after the next update. Now, with that being said, usually, you're not going to break saves just adding content. So the thing that I'm hoping is that we're going to see some kind of big change to the core gameplay loop, or maybe some new and interesting features added to the game. because that's the only thing I can come up with that would cause saves to break. They have to be making some very big internal changes to the way that a lot of the mods actually work in order to potentially be invalidating saves. So it could be a really good update. We don't know yet because Bloody Doves has not announced what the update actually is, or what the content is going to be. However, unless the update is some big, massive change that's going to completely change the way that we play BTA, or, you know, if it's some crazy change that I've been looking forward to forever, then chances are very likely I'm just going to continue to keep this campaign going for a little while longer. So once that update hits, I just won't update the game, and we'll just play it on the version that it's on right now, until we either hit a death spiral or I get tired of playing that particular campaign. There is no win state in BTA, like you don't ever officially win the game. You just kind of get to a point where everything is easy and you stop playing. And we definitely have not gotten there. We still haven't even broken into 3 skull missions yet, so we've still got a long way to go before we get to the point where everything is a cakewalk. And there are still plenty of free features in the game to explore, so this campaign's not going anywhere, at least not for the time being. Again, unless there are some kind of major changes that I just can't live without. And we'll find out later this month once they actually announce what those changes are going to be. So never fear, for right now, this campaign with the Tenori Tigers is going to continue for the foreseeable future. Right, you get rich, you retire, and then you try to compete with Discount Dan, only to find out that he sends people over to your house and breaks your kneecaps. Mara, that is definitely on the table. I have considered, well, if and when we start another campaign, I have considered enabling the community content because there's a lot of fun stuff in there, but there's also a lot of stuff that I'm not terribly fond of, but I can definitely like house rule a lot of that and say, yeah, we're not going to use any of the goofy mech variants. We're not going to use any of the Easter egg stuff, kind of like what we're doing here. So I don't know. I've got to think about it. And again, there's a possibility we may play some new games in the near future, just during the transition to the new version of BTA. I don't know. It's all up in the air. And at the end of the day, like I've said before, you guys are the reason that I'm here doing this. So I want to give you what you want to the best of my ability. So if you guys are happy with BTA, we'll play BTA. If you want to play something different for a stream or two, we can do that as well. There is a wealth of games out there. We can play Warzone. I could grab an emulator and we could play through Front Mission 3. We can play Battle Brothers. Somebody suggested XCOM 2. We could do a playthrough of XCOM 2. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there that I enjoy that I would play. It's just a matter of whether or not you guys want to see that. So, but we can talk about that sometime in the future. I'm not gonna keep you guys here at the end of the stream with a whole bunch of yakking. It's already pretty late on a Saturday, and I'm sure you guys would like to get on with your evening. So we'll get ready to close the stream out for the day. Again, we've been live for just about 6 hours, so I would say that's been a good day. You know, we had a good day out there on the battlefield right up until that last mission when RNGesus came back to take his toll on the company. But aside from that, it was a pretty good day. Again, we made a lot of money. We got some good salvage. Turns out the Executioner is an outstanding war machine. The Summoner is an outstanding war machine. We're making some upgrades. We're making some moves. And we're getting there, slowly but surely. One day, we're going to field that Steiner Scout Squad, and we're going to have a great time while we do it. But it's going to be a long climb to get there. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys, like I always do, for coming out to the stream today, especially on a Saturday. Again, the world is a roller coaster of challenges, and we all have a very limited amount of time on this planet. So that you chose to come and hang out with me and hang out with this community and have a good time with us means a lot to me. Thank you very, very much. You do not have to spend your time here, and I appreciate that you do. More to the point, I want to thank everybody that subbed, that gifted subs, that donated bits, for all the raids from Hamster of Wrath and all the other folks that ran in here, for the visitors, and even if you just lurked in the background for the entire stream, your time is appreciated. Thank you for being here. It means more to me than I can express with words. It really, really does. As always, I want to remind you guys to follow me on the Twitter machine. That's the primary source of information about the stream, about my schedule, and when we're going to be going live. It's also where I post random ramblings from time to time. So if you want to be more informed about what's going on with me in the stream, follow me over there. If you like YouTube, you will find the VODs for this stream and every other stream that we've been doing over on the YouTubes. It is a delayed schedule, but it's all there, I promise. And so yeah, again, as always, I want to close out the stream thanking you guys one more time and reminding you that your life has value and that the world is a better place with you in it. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'll see you next time.